Hello, hello. It's good to see you. I hope you're having an awesome day today. Are you ready to check out some amazing, we're talking standout products. These things have blown me out of the water. I love them. I want to share them with you if you're looking to just experience some new ways, maybe repurpose some things in your makeup collection, or rediscover some new ways to shop your stash. So first off, they're blown out of the water. Have you seen these yet? Silicone hair ties. Greatest invention ever. Where have these been my whole life? They are fabulous. I actually found this packet of 10 at CVS today, but I have been using them for the past couple of weeks because the first time I'd ever seen them was with my daughter. I took her into one of those kid hair cutting places to go on and get her bangs trimmed, and when the gal was done, she did her hair in ponytails with silicone hair ties, and I immediately thought, where are those? I need those because my daughter has baby thin, like super fine, super straight hair. And she was like, I found them online on Amazon. And I was like, I need those in my life because they don't pull, they don't tug. My child did not scream that her hair hurt when I took them out of her hair. It was fantastic. And they're so much more durable than those bags of like 100 count, you know, those little tiny elastics that are like one and done kind of situations. These are great, and they also work well on my hair because I do have very thick hair. It is finally long enough that I can put it back in a messy bun again, but the problem is when I do that, a lot of times the hair ties are not durable enough to hold up to my hair, and I don't like having to use double hair ties, and I don't like having hair ties pop on me all the time. So if you have thicker hair, these are really, really great. The sets that I bought for my daughter are actually from the brand Scunchie. I found them on Amazon.com. They sell them in solid colors, and they also have glitter. I know I got my daughter glitter because that's more of her thing. But then when I saw these today, I'm hoping that they release these in like black or like a brunette color, something that's a little bit more discreet in our hair. But when I saw these at CVS today, I thought it's perfect. They're silicone. You know, we're gonna work with it. They're great, and so far, so good. I love these hair ties. And like I said, they don't pull, they don't snag. You can stretch them as far as you can, so you're not having to double up on the hair ties in your hair if you have super thick or super curly hair. They are fantastic, and they're not going to break the budget while lasting a whole lot longer than traditional hair ties. So cannot recommend those enough. On the hair note, I've also been on the hunt because my daughter, I wanted a brush that is a little bit gentler for her hair that will still detangle since we're definitely, you know, in and out of the pool and things like that. And boar bristle brushes are great, but I wanted something with like a thicker plasticky nylon bristle for a change. And so I was walking through Ulta several weeks ago and I found this brush. This is called the Spornet Swizzle Brush. Isn't this just fun? I mean, the colors alone, it's kind of like, yes, this is fantastic on any hair texture. I use this on my daughter's very thin, fine hair. I use it on my own hair to brush it out. It doesn't pull, it doesn't snag. Again, like the silicone hair ties, where has this been my whole life? Because this is fantastic. And I actually saw a smaller travel version of this at CVS that has a mirror attached to the back. So talk about convenient. These are super easy to clean. As you can see, the bristles are wavy texture, so it'll easily glide through even if you have wavier to curly hair. I mean, I'm wearing my hair straight today, but in a pinch when I need to detangle my hair before I do an oil treatment or whatnot, this works really well. And then I go on and clean it as I would a normal brush. So I did make a video. It's been like a year or 2 years since I've made that, but I'll go on and link it in the card above if you're interested in learning how to keep your hairbrushes in great condition, clean and disinfected and all that. So just dish soap and an old toothbrush, you're good to go. But love this, and my daughter loves this brush as well. She doesn't cry in discomfort when I brush her hair, and it is so easy to just have on the go. It travels well, and fun colors. I mean, seriously, who would not have a good time pulling this brush out to do their hair? Because I know like brushing hair can be such a chore and it just takes a long time, but this makes it a little bit more fun. Then the third thing, this is a must. If you don't have one of these, go get you one. It is one of those callus removers. This one just happens to be from Revlon. You can find these at Walmart. When you are in and out of the pool and you get those dry, nasty, cracked heels, especially when you're wearing your flip-flops, your sandals and all that, get you one of these. This is the greatest investment. You go on and run it over your heels and the balls of your feet and things that get dry and gross. While you have dry skin, it sloughs up all the dead skin into the bottom of the container here. Let's see if I can pop this up for you. But you just pop this up and it collects all of it, and then you just dump it straight in the trash. But seriously, hands down, best summer essential. Or if you have a significant other that gets really nasty, gross heels or balls of their feet, this is an excellent thing to just kind of keep in the bathroom, show them how to use it. And also with the Revlon ones, they have this kind of rough textured end that you can use to smooth out the skin after you've taken all the dead skin off. So if you have dry, cracked, scaly heels, or your heels are painful because you've got those deep fissures, this is perfect to help get rid of that problem for you. Love this product. So good. Then the next thing, I'm actually on my second tube of this. This is the Desert Essence Blemish Touch Stick. I found these at Kroger, but if you have H-E-B's or Whole Foods, Sprouts, Trader Joe's, these are fantastic to have. The reason this is such an on-the-go product for me is if you are battling mosquito bites this summer, because I know we are, or if your skin is oilier during the summer, you're battling more breakouts, because I know I'm getting them along here just because the heat and the humidity and it's gross. This is the product for you. It's a roller ball of basically essential oils. There's tea tree oil, lavender oil. There's a whole bunch we'll talk about in just a second, but many of those have antibacterial, antifungal properties, and it will help soothe skin irritations like that. It's magic. Magic, magic, magic. And if you want a brand that is on the natural side, that is cruelty-free, that is vegan, that doesn't have a lot of synthetic ingredients, this is definitely a go-to. This is great on your kids because I know my kids, if they're out in the evenings, they'll come back in, they have welts from mosquito bites. I just rub a little bit of this on top, they are good to go. And like I said, I keep another tube in my makeup area because I also use this when I have blemishes, because just a couple of times a day, you run it over those blemishes, the next day, they're gone. Fantastic stuff. So just to kind of talk about it, it's a combination of 9 natural extracts and essential oils that are specially blended together to leave your skin looking clear and radiant. The known antiseptic properties of tea tree oil work to diminish your skin imperfections, while chamomile, lavender, palmarosa, wintergreen, and calendula will soothe and nourish the skin. You can smell the distinct scents within it when you open your roller ball, but it's definitely more heavily on the tea tree. Oh, dang it. Okay, we are back. My camera overheated, so I needed to let that kind of cool down, but finally can finish off this video. So just kind of moving on to the next segue of things. One of the tips that I've really enjoyed for the past couple of days, coming up on a week, is using a sponge tip applicator. This is just on the end of a Revlon color stay liner, and the reason I love it so much, Bare Mineral shadows. I picked quite a few of these to pan for the Justice League challenge started by Jessica Lee, or Beauty and Baseball, so I'll link her video in the card above, and I will also include my video in the intro below if you want to check that out. Having a sponge tip applicator when you are panning Bare Mineral shadows is so easy. It helps minimize the amount of fallout, especially if you're using these shades as liners. It works really, really well on your lower lash line, on your upper lash line, so just FYI, if you have sponge tip applicators in your little eyeshadow quads or duos, or you have sponge tip applicators on the ends of your eyeliners, they are great ways to help make these minerals a little bit easier. And even if you're not using Bare Minerals, even if you're going for Makeup Geek pigments or some of the MAC pigments and things like that, sponge tip applicators are great. And then you don't necessarily have to foil them. You still get that intensity, and you can, still treat the shadow as before, where you put a little bit in the lid and knock off the excess and then tap it on. So super easy. On the note of Bare Minerals, I did receive some questions after I filmed my Justice League panning about my storage for my Bare Minerals. I've actually depotted all of mine into, this is jewelry storage that I bought at Michael's, or you can find them at Hobby Lobby or your favorite craft store. And like I said, I just took my Bare Minerals and put them individually into these containers. And when I bought the sets, I have 2 of these. They also come with a great plastic case that you can store them all together. So if you're trying to consolidate your collection or just make things a little bit easier for you to reach for them, to be inspired by them, this is a great way, because when you store them, you can store it flat where you can see all your colors. You can store it on its side. They're quite durable, so you can see the shade names. They are fantastic. I cannot recommend jewelry storage enough for Bare Minerals. Now, the one downside is you don't have a sifter to these, but you can get around that, because what I do is I shake the minerals like this, and when I remove the top off of it, I just use what's in the lid on my brush. I get a really, really nice application. So not a problem. And the other thing that I did is I took my labels off of my Bare Minerals pots. I stuck them onto the bottoms of these containers so that I always have the color reference when I want to. So it's just a great way. If you're like me, one of the things that I realized is the years that I bought Bare Mineral sets off of QVC and Sephora, going into Ulta, a lot of those shades repeated themselves. So this was a really nice way for me to consolidate a lot of those shades so that they don't take up quite as much space. And now that I'm getting more back into the habit of reaching for them, it's making it a lot more fun to be inspired. And it's a lot more convenient to reach for things, because you do have the ability that you can take these apart and stack them however you see fit. The one thing I do is if I want to put them in color families or put a look together, I just take a cotton swab with some isopropyl alcohol. Trying to talk quickly is not working for me right now, but I take the alcohol and just rub around the caps so that way I'm not mixing colors and everything stays nice and sanitized as I'm mixing, you know, the different stackable combinations together. So it makes it really, really easy. And like I said, when you open these up, they stack in 5s, but you can mix them by color family if you want to put all your highlighters together, or you can mix, you know, eyeshadow combinations if you're feeling inspired looking at a palette. Go through your Bare Minerals and kind of put them in combinations there so you can see how you might want to work with them. It makes it very versatile and easier for you to want to reach for them. So, and then lastly, I don't really know how I'm going to do this. We'll do the best that I can because this thing is huge, but I've jumped on the Kaboodles bandwagon. I never actually had one back when they were new. It was never my thing. I've always worked out of small makeup bags, but I'm really just kind of, I love my makeup bag, the leopard one that I show in my monthly makeup bags, but one of the things that I'm not just too in love with is the fact that there's no storage within it. And when you're trying to find pencils in the morning or tweezers or whatnot, it gets annoying to have to constantly reach in for little bags of this, little bags of that, and I'm over it. So I was looking into vanity train cases on eBay and things like that from Samsonite, you know, like old vintage train cases. But most of the sellers on there for good condition train cases, they want $100 for them or more. And I'm not willing to spend that kind of money on it. So I walked into Target and they actually had Kaboodles. Let me show you the one I got. They have them in this pink plastic version and they retail for about $12, $14. It's under the $20 mark. This is great. It's exactly what I want. It sits on my vanity. And one of the things that I really appreciate about it is the organization. I'm no longer losing pencils. I'm no longer losing little tools and things that I want. So just to kind of show you what's in here, this top section over here where I keep my beauty sponges and tools. And then in the bottom, I've got my brush roll, my palettes, a couple of eyeliners and my MAC Fix Plus. And then up in the top drawer here, there's a really large mirror. And then I keep all of my base products and pencils and things like that. So it's really nice that I'm not having to search around for that eye primer in the morning, or if I forget my white eyeliner, or if I forget my nude liner, or if I forget, you know, whatever shadow base I'm using. It's all so much easier to find in here. So I think I'm gonna still like go on and show the leopard makeup bag just for the thumbnail for my videos, but I am working out of this Kaboodles case because it makes it that much easier. Now, as far as getting ready with me videos, it's kind of proving to be a little bit space consuming in terms of being able to fit the Kaboodle in the tripod. So trying to figure that out, but so far so good. I am enjoying the Kaboodle's case. If you're running through Target and you see it, it is worth picking up if you're wanting to streamline your routine, because I still have my backup stash, but I want everything very consolidated at my vanity because it's making it easier for me to pan things and stay motivated, because I'm limiting kind of what I'm seeing. So just kind of food for that. So that's about it. Be on the lookout. I've got a couple of get ready with me's coming your way. If you are panning the Too Faced chocolate bar along with me, really focused on the shade Creme Brulee. So that'll be up, and then I've got a Pan That Palette update coming up. So that is it for now. Take care, and I look forward to seeing you very, very soon. Catch you later.